What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. This one's a Touring, finished off in crimson red. MSRP is $42,200. Big shout out to Randy, Mary, and Subaru for providing the new Forester for today's video. Take a look at their website, links down below. Underneath the hood of the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester, you're going to find the 2.5 liter naturally aspirated Boxer 4-cylinder engine. It has 180 horsepower with 178 pound-feet of torque, paired to a CVT transmission, and of course symmetrical all-wheel drive. Curb weight is around 3,600 pounds. It runs on a 16.6 gallon fuel tank, and you can expect 25 miles per gallon in the city with 32 out on the highway, and this can even tow about 1,500 pounds. The overall length is 183.3 inches with a wheelbase at 105.1. Width is 72 and height is 68.1 inches. Ground clearance is also 8.7 inches. Moving on to the exterior styling, with the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester has a really bold design comparing it to the previous generation. You got a nice set of headlights with some silver accents throughout them, and then a blacked out design for the LED beam. I like how the trim in the headlights fades into the silver trim throughout this front grille. You're going to get the large Subaru badge, a forward-facing camera, tons of gloss black mesh, and a nice opening as well. On the far side, you can see some more sculpted bodywork, an LED fog light, a little bit of plastic down below with some gloss black trim. You can see another functional opening to provide more cooling to the engine. It's got a nice design overall with a very smooth appearance. You can see a sharp body line throughout the center of the hood with a central bulge. Very clean and flat design. And then as you make your way to the side profile, that plastic trim makes its way into the wheel arches. You're going to see a little bit of a cutout to provide some airflow, and then a nice set of 19-inch wheels. You got a dual-tone color, multi-spoke look, and there's also some sharp body lines throughout the front fender. We have more of this plastic trim in the lower side skirt with gloss black trim, body-colored door handles, gloss black on the mirror cap with an LED turn signal, and then all black trim surrounding all the windows. Got a nice set of roof rails, and then a large panel of glass up on top. And then for the side profile, it still has that similar characteristic that we've known about the Forester. So very similar profile and proportions. As we make our way in back, you can see a really nice sharp body line throughout the rear fender arch. And I like the symmetrical all-wheel drive badge. Pretty cool way to divide the bodywork from the roofline and the side. And then these rear taillights have a really cool look. A lot of dimension to them. There is a halogen bulb for the turn signal, and then a nice black trim piece connecting them. Got Forester written out throughout the center along with the Subaru logo. Integrated spoiler up on top with the third brake light, and then all of your parking sensors are in the rear bumper along with more plastic trim and a little bit of gloss black trim as well. Wrapping it up has a pretty nice update over the previous generation and definitely looks like a modern version. Moving to the key fob, we have your lock button. Unlock is the Subaru badge, and then of course we have the tailgate release, a little bit of silver accents. You can just keep the key fob in your pocket, grabbing the handle, it's going to automatically unlock. This interior gets leather trim seats along with the ultra suede accents. Really nice black and brown two-tone throughout it. Taking a look at the door panel, you get some soft touch plastic up on top, this nice brown vinyl material with padding for your armrest, ultra suede in the center insert. Then you're going to see memory seating, your release handle, all the window and mirror controls, and storage down below. Got a cool texture to it as well with some footprints, which is a nice touch for a rugged vehicle. All your power controls for the seats, and then a combination of the smooth black leather, contrast stitching, perforations for the brown leather throughout, and then you can see that nice ultra suede throughout the inserts as well. So really sporty along with rugged looking seats and just a touch of luxury. You got some brown stitching on the leather wrapped steering wheel with some more black trim. And then now inside the 2025 Subaru Forester, keep my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and fire it up. For the gauge cluster, you are going to see an LCD screen in the center, analog tach over on the left with temperature, speedometer, and fuel on the right. Throughout the center screen, you can see a few different vitals popping up, and if you scroll up on the steering wheel control, we can see a few more things popping up throughout the screen. Along the steering wheel, you got your Subaru badge right in the center, controls right here to control that center screen. Then you can also see audio, Bluetooth controls as well, and then we have some cruise control settings on the right side. We also have your drive mode right here. You can go into your SI drive and then into your intelligent mode. There are a set of steering wheel mounted paddle shifters for the CVT to give you a little bit better gearing. You can use it as an 8-speed actually, which is a pretty cool touch. We have the stock on the right side for windshield wiper controls, and then headlights and turn signals to the left side. On the left of the steering wheel, you're going to see the tailgate release on and off for the sensor, and then you have interior lighting. We have some of this black vinyl trim throughout the air vent, and then just some black plastic throughout the dashboard. Airbag cover on the right side has this cool texture to the vinyl, along with this contrast stitching and a nice little trim piece. And then we have Subaru's massive screen right in the center, very familiar with the rest of the lineup. You can swipe this, see a few different things that will pop up. You can also just tap this. We'll see fuel consumption, angle, things like that. And then in the center, we have all sorts of different apps within the car. You can easily scroll left and right. Basically everything you're used to seeing from a Subaru. We have a few more controls down below, and then physical climate controls in the lower portion of the screen. You can toggle this icon to give you a little bit better idea of all the different controls. You're going to see fan speed down here, air conditioning, heated and ventilated seating. And then throughout these icons, if we tap the car logo, it'll pop up with a few different items. So you can see your X mode, traction control, auto start stop, things like that. We also have profiles you're able to adjust, and going back into home screen. We have volume on the left. You also have temperature on the left and right side, defrost as well, and then a few different plugs down below with wireless phone charging. You're going to see the shifter in the center with some more of this brown color, electronic parking brake, 2 cup holders, a little bit extra storage, and then some nice brown vinyl with some stitching. You can see a little bit of space in here with an extra tray, and then the glove box is about what you would expect. One last look at the interior. The dashboard definitely looks like a Subaru, however the rest of it looks really nice. I especially love all the materials, the real leather, the ultra suede, and the rugged vinyl looks super cool. We also have a massive manual sunshade up on the ceiling, and then you're going to see you can pop that open for a sunglass holder. We have the controls for the glass. We have the camera system for the mirror as well, which is a nice touch, and then of course Subaru's eyesight system in the top of the windshield. Moving on to the rear seat space, grabbing the door handle, open it up. You're going to see a very similar door panel back here. You just have some more harder plastics around it, but then you're going to see the same cool padded vinyl with stitching and the ultra suede material. Seats have all the same nice leather material to them. Really cool look, nice fit and finish. Center seat back, you can pull this down. You're going to have 2 cup holders along with a nice armrest, and then you're going to even see air vents back here, plugs, heated seating, and then a lot of storage behind these front seats. You can also pull these, get these seats out of the way. They're going to fold down nice and flat to give you extra cargo area and a good space into the rear. All right, so hopping into the back seat with the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester at 5'11", I am sitting here honestly like I'm in a luxury car. I have a ton of headroom, and with the driver's seat at my height, I have so much legroom and footroom. Armrests are in a great place. There's a lot of glass all throughout it, so this is a nice place. Got your grab handles up above, dome lights as well. Seats are very padded as well. Yeah, really can't complain. This is definitely a pretty good family crossover. And then moving on to the trunk storage space, you can just press the button underneath the badge. You do get a power liftgate. Opening this up, we have a ton of storage space. You're even going to see icons right here that you can tap, and you can pop these seats down. Of course, the front seats will have to be out of the way, but nonetheless, you're going to see that folding down nice and flat. We have a privacy cover as well, a few hooks, and then you can see under the floor, you can even pull this up, and we have a lot of storage. So definitely a pretty nicely sized vehicle, and very easily we can go ahead and press that and automatically close. All right, setting off now in the all-new Forester. So we're in the sportier mode. It's not a fast car. This is a naturally aspirated engine, so it's not really going to be all too crazy peppy. We do have a massive sunroof. Kind of crazy to have a manual sunshade that large. But normal driving, we'll tone it down into just the normal drive mode. It's a pretty comfortable, roomy SUV crossover to be in. These seats are really padded. I'm definitely fitting pretty nicely. Can't really get them as low as I would like, so I wouldn't mind sinking more into the car. But nonetheless, they're padded very well. Steering wheel's comfortable. Armrests are all really nice as well to just kind of enjoy driving in this. You have a really good view around, huge windshield, mirrors all do a great job. I love the camera system, that's really cool. And over your right and left shoulder, really nothing crazy about seeing around this car. So it's definitely an easy vehicle to operate, getting back up to speed. Again, it's not fast, but you know, the power is somewhat smooth. The CVT does kind of have like a few jerk points to it. I don't know if it's just the way the belt is changing or whatever. If we go into the manual shift mode, it is kind of neat how you can do that. mean, it does truly feel like it is an 8-speed transmission. So pretty nice that they've given you that type of control on this transmission, especially if you are going to be towing a small load or doing some off-roading or something like that, hitting the trails. Wind noise and things like that, road noise, this is really comfortable. The suspension, I mean, we are just gliding. It is really, really comfortable to just drive this car. You don't really hear much road noise at all. Wind noise just a little bit, probably given the more steeply raked windshield. So just a little bit of wind noise, but other than that, I mean, definitely a comfortable, nice place to be. Other than that, nothing really all too crazy about driving it. It's definitely comfortable and roomy. This is all what you're very used to with any Subaru, so pretty simple. My one drawback is the fact that you have to wait for the screen to turn on to activate these climate controls. Sometimes there is screen lag to where this takes quite a long time. That's my only complaint with this car. I wouldn't mind physical fan speed, things like that. I like the temperature, but I wouldn't mind the fan speed. Alright, so my honest thoughts now with the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. This touring model definitely is really nice, especially this interior. I mean, the seats, they look great with the real leather, the ultra suede. It's a cool looking seat, and it makes this definitely feel like a step up. You know, Subarus are more on the utilitarian side, obviously adventure style of a brand. So to have some that are now getting more like luxury touches, nice materials, I think that is going a long way. A lot of Subarus, my complaint has been just the cheap plastic throughout it, not really anything fancy. Now you can still get a Forester much more stripped down, even more affordable pricing. So this one fully loaded, honestly, at the price point it's at, doesn't seem like it's all too expensive. Seems pretty average, actually very low compared to even the industry average of a new car these days. But it's nice to see the nice interior materials throughout it. The dashboard's not bad, honestly. I like this better than some other ones, especially with the extra vinyl and stitching. It makes it feel, once again, a little bit more premium. My only complaint would be it's definitely not powerful. I would like to see the turbo engine in this. In the Ascent with the turbo engine, obviously much bigger SUV, I mean, that thing books it. So I would like to see more power out of this. It's definitely not quick, a little on the slow side. If you step on it, you know, not the greatest. So power is just my only complaint with it. Other than that though, I'm sure your typical person is just going to enjoy driving it. This is a car, go up to the mountains, you know, weekend driving, highway driving, daily driving. Probably can do it all in this, and I would assume most people buying this car, it's probably going to be their daily driver. They're going to commute with it, but they're also going to use it for the weekends going on an adventure. So I feel like with the capabilities, with the all-wheel drive, of course you have all the X mode, the drive modes and everything, you know, snow, dirt, they're blacked out right now since we're driving too fast for them. But you have all those off-road terrain modes to where, you know, you can go up the gravel trails, you can go hiking somewhere out in the middle of nowhere. So it's a nice car with capabilities. The ground clearance also, you know, is plenty good. So it seems like they've done a good job giving you what you want out of a Forester, and I think the pricing is really nice across the spectrum. They have several different trims, and you can really get one that's going to fit your budget as well as taste. So it seems like you get a lot with the new Forester. The new styling, some people have complained it looks a little bit like a Ford Explorer. I can definitely see that. Very flat and smooth with all the body lines up in front, but I think it does look good. I was never really a fan of the outgoing Forester. Always thought it looked a little funky looking, quite honestly. So I think it's nice to see this one giving you a little bit more bold characteristics, has a little bit more size to it in the design, and I think that goes a long way with making it look like a more mature vehicle. So getting back up to some speed, yeah, that's definitely on the slower side. I'm not trying to floor it, of course, being a brand new engine, but really wouldn't mind a little bit of a turbo or something. But nonetheless, cool vehicle if you are looking for that. Not crazy expensive, very nicely equipped, also having tons of safety features and things like that in a nice size crossover. It's easy to place, it's very easy to drive, easy to get used to, and seems like they did a good job updating it. That is it then for the 2025 Subaru Forester Touring, fully loaded one. Definitely a nice spec inside and out. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for plenty more content. And a big shout out to Randy Marion Subaru for providing this new car for today's video. Take a look at their website, links down below, and I'll see you all in the next video.